So over the weekend, Ja Morant on Friday was suspended 25 games. It was the suspension, of course, comes as no surprise. The length of the suspension, of course, comes as no surprise. The NBA suspended Ja Morant for conduct detrimental to the league. That is a very loaded statement or loaded punishment. That could go in terms of what does that exactly mean. First of all, he must complete a league mandated program before even returning to the NBA. Again, whatever that means, a league mandated program. I don't even know what that's going to look like as far as what he'll need to do for the NBA to show the NBA that he's ready to return. Ja would come out. Ja also did himself no favors coming out with a post of a toy gun, saying that it was a toy gun, which again to me made zero sense. The suspension was going to happen regardless, and that's completely beside the point whether it was a toy gun or not. On the surface, the suspension is too harsh, considering that there was no crime committed by Ja. No one's life was in danger per se. If I look at it on the surface, it's a completely ridiculous suspension in terms of the amount of games. But that's not what we're dealing with. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the NBA that is as image conscious of a league in regards to what players say about in terms of how players represent the league as far as bottom dollar. If you notice during anything that can take money away, that will take money away from the NBA, so they're gonna go crazy on. They're not gonna play with. They're not playing with their image. They don't want they don't want this image of a gun culture in the NBA. They want zero part of it. You're not going to make a case that some other suspensions should have been 25 games in regards to domestic violence over the past the 10 years, and where some guys only got 8 to 10 games. Miles Bridges, they claimed it was 30 games, but it was actually 10 games. It was actually a 10-game suspension. It wasn't 30 games because 20 of those games, he just wasn't. No team was going to pick him up, or he wasn't eligible to play. It wasn't a 30-game suspension. In essence, it was a 10-game suspension. And what he did to me was way worse than Ja Morant, to be honest with you. But this is about image. This is about the bottom dollar. This also is about Adam Silver wanting to show that he is not a soft commissioner. He had developed a reputation, and rightfully so, as being the players' commissioner and being soft when it came to punishment, especially as in comparisons to his predecessor, David Stern, who I can only imagine Ja might have been done for the season with David Stern. See, I mean, seriously, I'm not exaggerating. This is how David Stern would have approached this situation, because David Stern didn't play with the money either, as far as image and things like that. When it came to the bottom, anything that he thought would have affected the bottom dollar, he would have took a hammer to without question. That's how David Stern moved during his 10 years as commissioner. I would say to Ja, I don't know how he's going to spend this time. A couple things that you don't like. You don't like the posting of the toy gun. I don't like that. That goes besides the point. You don't like statements like he can't believe that the media is out to get him. And frankly, I didn't like his overall statement because it seemed like it was a carbon copy of a previous apology. And anytime a guy starts apologizing to their sponsors, I have to actually question how legit the apology is, or how contrite the apology is, because it's not about your sponsors. It's not. Like, you want to apologize to your family, your friends, your close people that have helped you get to the place where you're at, and then in the NBA, absolutely fine. But when you start talking about sponsors, that's the PR stuff. That's when I can't take it serious. And by the way, like what John says at this point can't be taken serious, because we've seen him apologize and do the same shit once again over and over. So his words don't mean anything. It's about change behavior at this point. And to me, what John needs to do is just go away. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. I don't mean that in a mean way. I just let us not see you on Instagram. Let us not see you making any public appearances. Let us not hear from you in terms of making statements. Go away and do the work on yourself. Whatever that looks like. I don't know if it's therapy. I don't know what that looks like. Talking to somebody who you trust, who's going to be real with you. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where his religion is. If he were the confession, if he were Catholic confession. I'm serious. I'm serious when I say this. Whatever it is, just go away and let us not hear from you